Who's going to drink with me? Anybody around there to drink with me tonight? That's what we should all do, is all get plastered on the ear. I guess people have done that, so it may be not anything new, but I got something to celebrate that I want to tell you guys about. As soon as we get some people around. You got some people around there? Huh? Let's see, I don't know how to pick it up here, but maybe so, maybe so. Oh, I'm here. Oh, great. I want to celebrate. I want to celebrate. Celebrate. Can't wait to celebrate. That's what I'm doing. I'm celebrating with everybody because I'm doing something now that, God, I always wanted to do. When I started my business, I was helping Fortune 500 clients, and I was charging them thousands of dollars to find all these grants for them and everything to make millions of dollars with. Now I want to do it for the average person, and that's why I just started like doing custom reports for the average person at such a low price, like $50. But now I've done 100 on real estate alone, 100 of them. So let's drink to that. And more importantly, I'm getting better at it. Because now, when I first started, man, I would show about 50 grants around. Now I'm able to find over 100 programs, and that's why I'm having a sale. I want more people to know about this stuff. And see, even if you don't use it yourself, give it to somebody else. Somebody's buying a house or whatever. I mean, this is a wonderful good. What would be better than show somebody, boy, 100 sources of government money to buy a house right in your neighborhood. Now, it takes about 2 weeks for me to do the research. I mean, this is ditch digging stuff, but I love it, man. And what I really love is that I'm getting better at it. Man, it's like anything else. You get up to the plate enough and you start swinging around. You know where that sweet spot is. I just want to do it more. And that's why, boy, I mean, now I can do even faster than I was in the beginning. Man, it used to take me like 3 days to do a report. Now I got it down pretty well. So that's why I want to share this enthusiasm. I want to give you a discount. Instead of paying $50, now it's only $39.95. Boy, it sounds like home shopping again when I used to do that home shopping stuff all the time. But it's real stuff. And that's what I'm doing. And I want to do this for the rest of my life and figure out how to do it, and get it to people for the most reasonable price in the world, because I find stuff nobody else will find. I mean, I knew for my 40 years of experience where to find it, and then every time I learned something more. So now with doing 100 of these under my belt, man, I know so much. You're getting more than anywhere else in the world that could give you. I swear, that's it. And if you find somebody else that does it better, I'll give you all the money back. Yeah, I'd probably do it anyway if you don't like. I mean, that's it with anything. Anything I do, if somebody doesn't like it, man, I'll return. For some reason you feel like I was disingenuous in saying something or whatever. Man, this is marketing, and you don't have control of what's going into your head or how you interpret things. So I'd be happy to refund it. Anybody doesn't like what they get, and I'm always that way with anything. That's why I have 0 unsatisfied complaints with the Better Business Bureau. Now, so if you have a complaint, I satisfy it to whatever you say to do. And that's the way to do business. That's the way I think we all should work. And then you don't have to worry about anything. What your sales pitch is or whatever, because you're going to make good. Oh, I lost my little wind socket here. Where I guess drinking too much white wine, right? Oh, it won't stay on. Well, I guess there's no wind here anyway, so it won't matter. There's plenty of wine though. So anybody have a question? Whatever. Let's drink for a while, and I'll answer some questions while I'm here. But I just wanted to tell you about that discount, 25% off on the housing. If you go to letsgo.com/research, and that's all small letters. It's in the title of this. Letsgo.com/research, and just click on one, and you'll see, the $50 is a big slash through the price, and it's only $39.95, and it's only going to be for a day or two. So if it's interest to you, get it now while it's still there, because I'm going to go back and change the price. And I just want to get more of these out as I possibly can. I mean, I think everybody needs to know about this. And I know how to do this better than anyone else in America, I think. But I mean, that's a lot of bullshit, it sounds like. It sounds like that to me. But I really believe it's true, you know? And that's why I'm here to drink to it. And also to thank you for letting me an opportunity to do this, because if it didn't help you, then I wouldn't be able to do it. What's the turnaround time for a grant? It depends on, every place is different. I mean, 2 weeks is real fast. A month, you know, is probably about normal, you know, kind of thing. So that's why the sooner you could get, the better. You know, to apply for anything, sooner the better. You could apply to more than one. You could apply to 100. The worst case is you're going to have to give one back if you get all 100 of them. That's a nice problem, isn't it? Don't worry about those kinds of things. You don't need a grant writer for housing. You never need a grant writer unless you're a big developer. And I have programs in there for developers too, how to get big grant money. If you want to put a big condominium complexes or whatever, or multi-housing projects and stuff like that. And that may take some extra expertise, but get the application first. Don't just assume you need a grant writer and go hire one before you even see the application. As I mentioned other times, that's like getting a prom dress before you're invited to the prom. So go see what that application looks like and then decide if you need someone to help you. Because that's the way. Should I go for a loan or a grant for personal use? Well, if you get a grant, you do a grant. But also look in, you know, make sure that number one, you go to only nonprofit organizations and government offices. Anybody else is going to be a lot more expensive, and they're going to be mean to you if you can't pay it off, but not government offices and nonprofit organizations in general. I mean, there's always exceptions. You know, it can't be 100% all the time. Now, but that's why for housing, there's so many grants. I mean, you could get a house now for as little as just $500 in your pocket. You can always borrow that from a friend or whatever, and live there. You know, you're in trouble, financial trouble. I show you programs to get out of that financial trouble. I show you how to get your house fixed up for nothing. There's grant programs for that, or even to fix up your house now if you already own a home and don't want a house. Well, this report I send you will not only show you how, you know, programs to buy additional houses if you want, but programs that give you money to fix up your existing house, you know, and that's it. Or just programs to be a real estate investor. So you already have a house, but hey, how about becoming a real estate investor? You know, like Donald Trump did. You know, and that's why he started with a government property. He started with one of these programs that I'm going to show you in the report that I give you. And remember, it takes me about 2 weeks to do the report, so be patient, and you'll get this thing. It'll be over 100 programs. It's going to be like 100 and, you know, over 100 pages of sources, videos. See, I have videos in this report that will show you step by step how to get this stuff, what this program means, who uses it, how they use it, how to find housing grants at your library. There's a database I show you how to use to get housing grants to buy it from nonprofit organizations. That's all public information, but it's not going to be on Google. You'll never find it on Google, and that's why I'm celebrating. You guys were able to, you know, 100 of you let me get smart. See, it's you that makes me smart. When I go out and solve a problem of yours, I learn. And I learn that information, I learn that source, so that becomes a reservoir of knowledge that I share with the next person who has a problem. And see, that's what on these housing reports, I've done 100, and I have so much, you know, background and reservoir of information and help. But see, it's all different. Every city is a different source. I can't do one report and give it to everybody. Every report I have to customize for you. I have to custom make that report just for you, where you live, in your city, in your county. You know, that's why it takes a lot of time for me to do that. And that's why I need that kind of time. But you get the best available anywhere in the world. Relocation grants or loans. There are some, particularly at your state level, there are. You know, and that's a possibility of relocation money, because if you have a house, you're in trouble with that, and you got to do something else and get out of that, then there are programs. See, it's different in every state. That's what I have to do, is take your city, take your state and start digging that ditch. I mean, it's one shovel at a time I have to go to. And just going to Google and saying, Google housing grants in Minneapolis, that ain't going to hack it. You're going to get 150 million websites, and 99% of them are people who are going to sell you money for that and not give you money because they know you're looking for that and they have money to sell you. And the stuff giving it away, you have to know how to phrase it. That's why I wear the question mark suit. It's all about asking the right questions on Google or anywhere else. And that's why I package this all together. I show you where the local programs are, the state programs are, the federal programs are, and just for your state, the Federal Home Loan Bank programs, where they are, the housing help, the counseling that's available for free, the experts that are available for free, the experts that are available for legal help, the extra money you could get in your county so you don't have to pay taxes, all this kind of stuff, the stuff that you could never even think of to ask, but because you people gave me 100 places to practice, now I'm so good at this. I am so good at it. I know my mother would kill me for talking like this. It's so egotistical, but it really is. I mean, I know this industry. I've been in it 40 years or more, 50 years maybe. No, I've been running 50 years. I've been in the industry about 40 years. That I know it's better than anybody else. Indiana is stingy. Haven't had any luck yet. Okay, see, it's nonprofit organizations also. Not only the state, because a lot of this money comes from block grants that are given to the state, which in turn are given to nonprofit organizations. So you have to look there too. And that's what you have to do. Check out things like Habitat for Humanity, another thing like that, our credit scores. Well, I mean, don't forget, a lot of this stuff is grant money, so they don't care about credit. They're giving you the money. They don't want you to pay it back. They don't care if you pay back money or not. That's what the credit score is, if you pay back money or not. So these things are for if you don't pay back money, you're a shitty, a consumer or whatever you call it. So that's why it doesn't matter about your credit score. But I want to thank everybody for all these months put up with me, because I don't know. I mean, I know I have a bundle of information I know about and most of the general public doesn't know about. I'm trying to share it with you. I'm trying to get smarter on what everybody else, about how people buy information. People don't buy reference books anymore, so I have to learn everything all over. Oh, somebody's toasting me. Great, I hope you have wine there to toast me. Toast to you and Smiley. Oh, see, I have it backwards back here, right? But you know what it means, right? I forgot to turn it around. Thank you for being, well, you're nice to say that, Tony. I don't know. I mean, to me, we're all in this stuff together. We're all struggling. We both don't know the answers. And we're both struggling, and that's why if we could share the struggle together, that we're guessing and trying to help each other, to get through this stupid life that we all have to live. That's it. If you go around and say, well, I know better than you do, which most of the experts try to do. I mean that's not right, and that's making you subservient to somebody who really doesn't know what the hell they're talking about, or they may or may not, but it makes you feel stupid, and you don't want to feel that. You're struggling too, and they're struggling. I know now. I may know sources because, see, you guys made me smart. I didn't know this stuff, but see, I have a knack for finding it. That's what I feel I have. I have a knack for showing how to take something. Like, I remember one of the first programs I talked about was for the Urban Homesteading Act. I was looking at the Catalog of Federal Domestic Assistance. This is a book that's printout. You can see it online now. Google Catalog of Federal Domestic Assistance, and that will show you about 1,700 programs that the government has. That's just federal government. See, but they're really about 17,000. So this is only 1,700. And one of them is called the Urban Homesteading Act. And I was reading the small print. See, I feel there's gold in there. There's little nuggets in all that information. And I'm reading that. And I said, wait, urban homesteading. So this is houses in towns that are run down. You know, you could send me a message at letsgofreeradio@gmail.com. letsgofreeradio@gmail.com. So I was reading this thing. So Urban Homesteading Act was about programs that they get, you know, when people don't pay their mortgage, the government gets the house. It runs down because they don't know how to sell it. They don't know how to do it. So it becomes an eyesore. So what they do is they give it to people and then give you $50,000 to fix it up so you could live in it. But to pass the deed, they have to charge you $1. So I look at that and say, God, that's not the Urban Homesteading Act. That's houses for $1. Wow. See, and that's why I have some kind of knack. I'm sure maybe other people have it too, but you know, I've sold millions of books with that. Low income to private schools. That's tough, but it's around. You know, kids to go to private schools, not you know, grade school and college, and a lot of that is foundation money, nonprofit organizations or whatever. If you go to your library and you look at a book called the Foundation Center directory, they have it in your library, and also GuideStar.com. You can go online now and do that. GuideStar.com. See, that's all the private nonprofit and foundations that give out money for like things like that. People run, and that's how to start finding them. But you know, the urban homesteading, yeah. See, that's like there's gold in this. I mean, that's what life is about, is being patient and looking. And that's why 40 years of doing this kind of research. And I still get excited about it. And that's why I'm so excited about you guys teaching me all about these housing programs. Because I know the stuff was there, but I needed practice to do it. And now I'm so good, I can lower the price. So that's why instead of $50, I'm charging $39.95, and I'll work for you and get this report to you, you know, so you have over 100 and some sources of money in your neighborhood to buy houses, fix up houses, all government programs you can never find if you use Google, you know. And so that's why, you know, I'm so excited. Everybody should have it. I wish I could give it away, but I can't because I want to know how to feed myself. So I'm not a burden on society. I want to take my talent and see if it's worth any money, you know. And that's what you guys are showing me, you know, by the first 100 people who did this. You made me good at this. You made me better. I mean, I've never seen anybody. And if you see anybody who gives you more than what I'm showing you in these reports, man, I'll double your money. Do anything. I'd love to know about it. That'd be great if it is. But I've been around this, doing this work for 40 some years. I got an MBA in management information systems, and that's how I started, you know, doing all this stuff. Let me cheer you and answer some more questions. This is fun. You guys really have questions about all this stuff. What are your questions, man? Yeah, okay. Matthew, can you bring on some success stories? Absolutely. I mean, there people call me all the time. People that are helping their children, people helping their grandparents. I mean, actually here, there's a lady at the IRS who called me up. Okay, she's the IRS, you know, and I was talking about her. She had a grandmother who needed a new roof on the house. I showed her a program over the Department of Agriculture for seniors to get new roofs on the house. So it saved her $7,000 to $10,000, you know, to do this. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, and it's public information. Everybody's out there, but it's called something weird. Who the hell knows? I forget what it's even called. You know, and you would never find it because it's agriculture. But in the agriculture thing, because you don't live in the farm or something like that. But it's also for seniors, so you didn't even know that. You can never find it. See, that's what I mean. All this stuff. So that's why expertise. I mean, I make a lot of fun out of experts. They don't really know. They are guessing. And what bothers me is they want to charge so goddamn much for everything, and you don't know. You could learn a lot for yourself, and that's why I want to make this stuff as cheap as possible. You know, if I could get this down to $10 and get everybody to have it. I'd love to do that. If anybody has a marketing deal to do that, but it's also, you have to make money to stay in business to help people. If I don't make money to stay in business, then I can't help people. So that's the balance I have. I mean, my instinct, my heart is there to give it all away for free. But if I give it all away free, I don't make money and I'm out of business, and then I can't help anybody. So somehow I have to balance all this kind of stuff out, and that's what life is. It's a balancing act, trying to find out, what your heart says you should be doing and contributing to society, and then trying to figure out a way to monetize it so that you can support yourself and not be a burden on society because you don't have any money. So that's the game I play. And sometimes maybe people feel I'm too harsh. I don't give you enough free stuff or whatever. I mean, some people are never satisfied. Are there any grants for children with autism? Well, no, but they're grants for children. I mean, I don't know. There may be. And actually, there are a lot of health programs. Actually, right, in my health report, if you go to letsgo.com/tutor, you'll see all the video ebooks I have. One is on health. And in there I have nonprofit organizations that help you with money. And that's where it's available. You see all the extra money. I mean, you get money for respite care. You get money to pay for your electricity bills because they're on some equipment that it costs you more. You get money, just extra living money, because it costs more to deal with a person with a disability. And so money becomes tight and things like that. And there's other nonprofit organizations that have collected some of these. So if you want to see that report, see letsgo.com/tutor and go in, and you'll see one on healthcare there. Actually, it's health, dental, and even pet care. How to get free pet care, not only dental care but pet care. Actually, somebody said here, somebody who belonged to this service, drink up, let's go. Okay. Thank you. Service said, I was so helpful. They lived down in New Orleans. They had a lot of dental work. And I told him about the dental school there that gives real discounted dental care work. And he's going there to get it fixed. So he's very grateful. So what you may know, other people don't. So share it. If you share it with me, I'll share it with other people too. Send me any information you have on any kind of freebie, that you know about, that other people could know about. I'll put it up. If you want attribution, I'll put your name on it. And I'll do a video on it. And you'll see me talk about you on YouTube. And I'll say, hey, Joe from Missouri gave me this deal. Isn't it great? Now everybody could use it. Now, what's better than helping other people, live easier in life? We're all struggling in life. And as my wife's aunt, who was 95 years old at the time, who enjoys life so much. I live in New York City. I find that other states have less red tape. Yeah, maybe, maybe not. You just live with what the hell you got. Who cares? It's whether you need it enough or not. If you don't, then move on. But she said, at 95, and she could hardly hear, could hardly talk or whatever. She's talking about how beautiful the sky is or whatever. And I was saying, God, how could you say that? I mean, you could hardly hear, talk, walk or whatever. She said, and then she looks at me in the eye and said, yes, she said, life is brutal. Right, so we're all struggling through a brutal life, And I missed that last question somebody had. I'm sorry, I don't know what it was. If you put it up again, it just flies by, on my phone thing here. So it'd be great if you could do it again. And it is, and that's why we're here to help. If any of us could make it a little easier for somebody else. That's why I think it's not right to criticize somebody else what they're doing in life. I checked GuideStar and it's down for now. Are there any more websites? Well, the only one besides GuideStar is the Foundation Center directory. And GuideStar will be back up. Now, all the website of GuideStar is not available, but some of the data is, because they make money out of selling the data. And also what it is that, no worries, are there any programs to get out of credit card debt. If you're in credit card debt, here's what I do initially is go to HUD Counseling, H-U-D Counseling, and then you'll find a graph that's, remember, it's a .gov. Only go to websites that have .gov, and then you'll see a listing of counseling offices by state, and you go to your state, call any of them there, make an appointment, and they'll help you solve that problem. If you're a business, what to do is, and you have debt and you can't, you're worried about, handling that debt, you go to the Business Development Center in your county. This is a local organization that gets grants to help you with business debt and get out of debt. I have a wonderful video I did, if you could find it on YouTube there, how this counselor helped a friend of mine, because I was there every step of the way, how they helped them get out of debt, and it was wonderful. Somebody popping up in the middle, I can't see. Oh, I'm gonna lose you. Oh, I see. Okay. No worries. Are there any more problems? So HUD Counseling and Small Business Development Center for businesses that are in financial trouble. See, these are people that get grants. If you go on Google and they're all .org or .gov, okay, don't go screw around with anybody else until you really know for sure what they're up to. Because most people out there, 99, 44, 100% of the people out there on the internet are just trying to get money from you, like I am too. And so you have to be careful until you know the subject well enough to be able to pick out the really good .coms. Don't even bother. There's just too much other free stuff that is .gov and .org, to help. So anybody else have a question? Or you want me to get drunk? Well, let me get a little more wine. I'll be right back. And think of a question. Somebody else in the house came up and finished the bottle of wine. I had to open up a new one. But I see we didn't lose many people. Well, that's nice of you. Thanks for staying around. I enjoy my work. I hope to do it 20 more years. I'm 74 now, and I just want to, just die doing this stuff. There's nothing better than helping people. And I was talking to somebody today. Somebody ran into me, and I told them I was 74. He said, "Wow, you look so good, for 74." And I don't. No, I feel great, and I think there's two reasons why, if I do look good, it is one that I found something that I feel is important to do every day. I can't wait to get up and try to figure out how to get stuff that I know could help somebody. What could be better? What's your opinion? Filing bankruptcy will affect me applying for federal grants. It may or may not, but don't worry. You take one decision at a time. You figure out if it's worth filing for bankruptcy. What to do. If you go to one of these counselors, you'll see that they will say, okay, you're talking about bankruptcy. That's usually enough to scare everybody you owe money to make a deal with you. Because do you want to get half the money now, or let me go bankrupt and you only get 10 cents on the dollar? See, and that's what these experts will help you do. This is Dave from Mississippi. I am such a huge fan. Well, thank you, Dave. Let me give another plug. Will grants still be available during the government shutdown? Absolutely, man. Ignore what's going on in Washington. This stuff is not going away. I've been studying this 35 years, no matter who's in town. Everybody says it's going to go away. I wish to pay you guys help. I wish to pay you guys to help me get paperwork to get money like you did in the old days. Well, when I did that, I had to charge too much money for doing that. And that's why if there's a project, like now with housing, okay, well, I could do a report, and after I've done 100 of them now, and I charge $50 for that, show you every single money program that's available, not from banks, but all from nonprofit organizations and government offices where you live. And now, as I started this thing, I'm celebrating, I'm giving a sale because I've done 100 of these things. I'm so goddamn good at this now. I want to show off more and show people all the money they could get to buy houses, fix up houses, buy another house, be a real estate investor, whatever you want, for only $39, $39.95, instead of and it's only going to be a few days because I don't know, how much I could do with that process. But I'm trying to learn this whole process. I don't know what the hell works in life. Nobody does. We're all struggling. So help me, figure this stuff out. You have been, and that's why I want to. Corporation must hate you. Well, yeah, I'm sure that's why I was never good at working for anyway. Yeah. That's why my wife tells me, this is not a question mark suit, it's a fuck you suit. It's me. It sort of looks like traditional because it's a suit, but it's really, I guess in a way too. I mean, and I don't really hate the system where do you go to pay for me special housing? It's lesco.com/research. And you'll see there's two programs, lesco.com/research. Look in the title of the video here, or the whatever you call this thing we're doing. And it's all small letters, the word research after lesco.com/research. And you'll see there's two reports in there for housing, and either one of them, it's the same report. One it says for being a house flipper, and the other one is for buying or fixing up a home. You get the same report. You get all the programs in your state that you're available to take advantage of. And that's it. I mean, it is hundreds and hundreds of hours of research that I do every day of my life. I love doing it. I want to do it for you. I know these programs are helpful. I've been studying them for a long time. There's only one thing left for me to do in life, is help as many people as I can before I die. I would love to do it for free, but I charge because to make sure it's a value, some value to other. If I give it all for free, then I don't know if I'm really, sure I think it's good, but if you don't think it's good, then it's maybe not worth for me to do. And you have to tell me if these are worth doing or not. And you do that by if you're going to pay or not. And then by how much. I'm trying to get the price down as low as possible. The more people do it, the lower I can get the price down. So that's why I'm encouraged. So those people, the first 100 people, maybe I'm trying to test $39.95 instead of $50. So I have that for the next few days. If you want a housing report about all the grants that are available for housing where you live, I'll do it now. Sign up at lesco.com/research. Look at the housing reports, sign up. And it takes me about 14 days to do this. That's right, 14 days. This is stuff. This is ditch digging work, but I love it. You don't like digging ditches? I do, and I'm good at it now, and I could do it better than anybody, I'm sure, in America who studied it. Nobody studied this stuff as much. Nobody has credentials like I do. I've written 100 books on the subject. I have 2 New York Times bestsellers. Aside from us, are you mentoring Minnie Lesko under your wing? No, not that I know of. No, I don't. Anybody wants to help me do stuff or whatever, if you have an idea, let me know. I'm open to anything. I'm struggling in life like everybody. And if you have a way to get this information, I'll give you a piece of the action or whatever. You want to know how to do this stuff, learn and sell it. I have an affiliate program if you want to do that and sell like these custom research and make some money on it. But That's neither here nor there to me. The more important, how much I can learn, how much I can grow and find new opportunities for people. That's why I'm doing so much on the internet. And that's why when you get this report, you'll see how to get money on the internet, not government. How to get crowdfunding money to fix up your house. How to get crowdfunding money to be a real estate investor. People are getting like $1 million, on a website. Be able to be a real estate investor. That's what I want to show you too. How to get loans to fix up things that are half the price of what the bank is going to give you because they're peer-to-peer loans. And this is a lot cheaper than any bank will give you. See, that's the kind of stuff that I'm also working on. There's so much going on. How to make money out of your home. Man, how to take your extra bedroom and make an extra $5,000 a year because you have a bedroom you're not using. Things like that. So there's so many ways to do this. How to become a travel agent right on your kitchen table. And it costs you nothing, because now there's platforms that are able to do it. How to take your home and make an extra $30,000 by taking care of pets occasionally when people leave town, because there's websites that handle all the problems involved with that. They find you the people that are these programs you can own a home already. Yes, you can. It doesn't matter if you own a home or don't own a home. Yeah, that's what the programs are for everybody. All kinds of real estate. Become a real estate investor. Buy a condominium. There's a tax credit. You can get up to like $1 million or more of tax credit with nothing. And then sell that tax credit to get cash to buy a big property. I mean, it's crazy, I know, but it's something you get to learn. Sure, it's not going to happen overnight, but it's a process to learn. Everything is. Do you have a good credit for peer-to-peer loans? Depends on the loans. I mean, there are like 20 or 30 places that have peer-to-peer loans. Some of them, it doesn't matter because they're after certain age groups and or people with certain backgrounds. It doesn't matter about your credit rating as much. So all you have to do is try. I don't know the specific answer, but if you go out and try, Alicia, yeah, what's up, Alicia? I call Monday to fix up a home. Thanks for the discount. It helps very much. Secure the transaction. Oh, good, thanks. I want to say, oh, there's somebody, I think, great. I want to get a single-story home and rent my townhouse, okay? Let me show you all the programs. You want the single-story home? Okay, go to lesgo.com/research. There's 2 housing programs there. Choose any one of them. It's the same report. It's only $39.95. And give me 2 weeks to get every bloody program you have. You'll have more than anyone else in the world has about grants and free money for real estate where you live. You could flash this to real estate experts and salesmen and everything, and they'll drool over it unless they're too snobby to admit the truth. Because that's what most of us are. And that's why I salute you out there, people who help me do this. Does the real estate research report include programs for starting a new business or a nonprofit? No, but I have another one, and that's $79 if you look at that. Salute, yes! Is it best to call in or, what was that? Is it best to call in or do online? I know, online transactions is, I'm a small staff, mostly me. I mean, salute, yes, exactly. Yeah, I'm almost a one-man band. I got a couple other people really help me, been around for a long time. Can I live in one? Absolutely, and buy homes to start another. It depends. See, it depends on the program. You could absolutely do it, but not for every program. See, that's the problem. So to say one program fits everything or everything fits every program, you can't. That's why what you have to get, and that's what I give you, is a shopping list of everything that's there. Then when you see everything that's there, then you figure out how you can put all these pieces together and what are the best pieces for you. And that's what this is all about. It's knowing everything. It's, in other words, having a room full of women that all want to date you, or a room full of men all want to date you. And now you look at and interview every one of them and see what best makes sense for you. See, and that's what I'm doing. Otherwise, you're going out in the internet and finding one, and oh, that doesn't work. I told you nothing works. Well, and you give up. Well, I'm giving you every person in the world that wants to take you out. Where else can you get that? And that's what life is. It's knowing all your options before you make a decision. But what happens to most of us, we run out of gas because it takes so hard to find all this stuff, and we take the first pretty girl and we spend a weekend and it turns out to be miserable. So that's what I'm trying to do, is help you make smarter decisions. And making smarter decisions means you know your options. And that's what I'm doing for everybody. I hope it is showing you all the options that are available. Then you can make smart decisions. If you don't know your options, you're not making smart decisions, and that's the problem in life. Most of us don't know our options because it's hard to find the options. We take the first thing, the first pretty smile, the first nice salesman or whatever, and we think that that's an option, and we think, oh, that makes sense, okay. But when in fact that salesman is spending every second of their time off, when they're not talking to people, trying to figure out what to say to people and how to say it, so you give them money. That's all they spend their time doing. So that's why I appreciate everyone out there, particularly the first 100 that made me so smart in finding out how to get the best government grants information for anybody, anywhere in the United States. Every city, county, I learned so much. You guys made me so smart. Just like in the beginning when I was doing research for Fortune 500 companies. That's how I got smart, and finding out all about these stuff. But I also found out I have a knack for this. I also found out that I like doing this. I also found out that it's fun for me. So if you're letting me have fun and paying me to have fun, now how great is that? That's why I feel guilty sometimes. I'd love to give it for free, but I have to eat. I have to take care of myself or whatever and be self-sufficient. And also, I like capitalism because it shows me what I'm doing. If it's of value, if it's not value to somebody else, why the hell am I doing it? It's like making love to yourself. That's maybe some interest, but no, it's not. We're here to make love to other people. And that's what it is. It's helping other people, loving other people, doing something for somebody else. So that's why capitalism shows you if it's of value for somebody else. That's why I like capitalism. And that's what I'm trying to use capitalism to keep me in business so that I can help more people. That's what I want to do in business, is help more people. So if you let me help more people, then I can. And that's what's important. So help me help more people. Give me questions. That's what makes me smart. I need that all the time. I'm useless. I can't just dream up. Sure, it's fun to find things, but if it doesn't help somebody, I want to find things that I think is interesting. I want to find things that other people need, and they can improve their lives. We're here to help other people in life, not ourselves. And we have to support ourselves, of course, so we're not a burden on the community, but we're really here to help other people, whether it's your loved ones or whatever. That's what it's about. I'm getting a notice that I can't read. There's something in front of that notice. Your fees are for each research. Yes, every research report I charge a fee for. And that's what the research reports are. It's per research. And I do that. So anybody else have a question? Come on, let me say that. Because I love questions because it digs down in me. I don't know what I know. Message me on Facebook when you are done with the video. If I can, sometimes I get too tied up. Matthew, I wish to tell you that truly appreciate that you exist. Oh, well, that's wonderful. Your projection to the world made me realize I should be comfortable with always needing to ask questions to learn more things. Absolutely. That's the way you learn. And if people think you're crazy for doing that, that's not your fault. That's theirs. That questions make us explore and realize we all are. Absolutely. Are one network of connections. That's absolutely right. We all are just a single network of connections and helping each other and being here for each other. And some people take advantage of you, and that's fine, I guess. You know, that's always going to happen. And other people don't. Thanks, Matthew. Oh, that's awfully nice, Kim. If I come, I can't imagine anything more in life that's important than helping us. Any programs for free vehicle. If you look at, I did a whole thing on that, and it's in my 299 extra ways to make extra money. And Vehicles for Christmas is one of the organizations. So programs like that, there's about a dozen of them around. Depends on your state and where you live, if there's money for buying cars and stuff like that. But they are available, those programs. Depends on where you live, so you have to check at it, do the research. And that's why if you want me to do it, it's in the report, 299 extra ways to make money. God, I think my voice is going. How long have we been on? Does anybody know? It doesn't say. Oh, 45 minutes. Oh my God. I've already covered, but it should talk to HUD for getting out of credit. Counselor. You Google HUD counselor, and then you'll see .gov, and then you'll see a state, a map of the United States. Click on your state, and there'll be a list of all the free HUD counselors that help you get out of credit card debt, okay? And that's the way to do that. And that's important. And the other one I talked about at the time was also in for business. And that's a Small Business Development Center, not SBA, Small Business Development Center in your county. So if you Google Small Business Development Center, you know, Montgomery County or whatever county you live in, you'll find that. And they help businesses get out of credit card debt or any kind of debt you have. And I have a video of that. I have a video of both, really, on YouTube and in the reports that I put in experts that do that. Do you think it will take away from free money programs due to their recent money troubles? Programs come and go all the time. I just ignore them. I've been studying this for 40 years, and everybody comes to town and says, we're going to change the world. We're going to get rid of all this stuff and whatever. Never happens. It nibbles around the edges somewhere. Just ignore it. Go along, and even if it does change, it'll take a year or two for anything to happen, so don't worry. Tony, even if they don't, I bet they won't pay them. I'm not sure what that means, but yeah, I mean, you just go along with your life. They're just all windbags in town. I really enjoyed the live chat and need a glass of wine. Thanks! Well, we all should. See, next time I'll come, maybe we'll have happy hour. How is that right? Okay? Happy hour. And we'll be happy and find out new sources of free money. And that makes everybody happy, doesn't it? If you knew new sources of free money. So that's what we'll have happy hour time. Wow. You guys kept me up late. I'm used. My wife's father's disabled and recently Social Security received sort of workman comp and can't work. Owns rental property. The building needs repairs. Any suggestions? Well, for rental property and fixing up, you have to go probably your county, your Sangria. Your county government has programs to fix up buildings for people who rent to low to moderate income families. And this is part of the Community Development Block Grant. So, I mean, there's dozens of places that start, but that's the best place to start. You go to your county office and ask for the Business Development Block Grant. Sangria, oh yeah. What if the different programs have your kids utilize, such as school, business, etc. I hate the thought of my boys not having the best opportunities to succeed. Well, the best thing I think for your boys, I mean, I have 2 boys, and the most important thing is skills and experience. You know, I mean, we've gotten so caught up in our country of getting a pedigree. Oh, you're nobody unless you go to this college, which is really just a bunch of bullshit. I mean, it's right in a way, because people who run big organizations, they count on those things, which is stupid. But I think that's changing, and it's going away, because people really, as we get tighter in the economy and things like that, people need to have skills and real things. Now there's ways to get $100,000 a year careers without going to college. I've talked about them earlier. I got a report about jobs and stuff like that, and it's also in 299 ways to make extra money, about all this stuff. Corporate slavery, right? I think all that is starting to hit the fan, as they say. And so the gig economy is important, but it's more important to get skills, not to get credentials, to get skills. It's important to get credentials if you want the existing system, but I think the existing system is changing, so the growth is in a different kind of system, and that's really skills. Get them into IT, even if they don't want to be a programmer. They should have a background in that, because it's sort of like not knowing how to drive a car. You know, if you know how to drive a car, you can't get anywhere. Can you research research property that also includes places outside the U.S.? No, I only specialize in U.S. Stuff. I don't know how to do the outside. I haven't had an opportunity, and there doesn't seem a big market. Nobody's asking me. Enough people ask me, I'll get smart in it. But I'm not at this time. So let me give another plug for that 25% discount on the research, that custom research report that's hand customized by me doing your research for the grant programs where you live. Instead of $50, I'm doing it for $39.95. You go to lesco.com/research. That's all small letters in research. And you choose one of the housing programs I have there, and you'll see the prices slash from $50 to $39.95. Did I run out? I think I did.